Alrighty, so welcome to day 2 of the 30-day Traders Induction. Today we're going to be covering the platforms and tools that a trader requires in order to not only execute in the markets, but analyze the markets and put together a systemized approach such as a trade plan so that they're sticking and adhering to their rules, as well as different systems to assist with the different processes that come about when it comes to maybe position sizing and risk management and documenting all of their performance, so to speak. So jumping straight into it, the first one we're going to cover is the charting software. Now this is quite possibly the most important aspect of a trader's toolkit. You can't execute positions if you don't know what you're looking at. So TradingView is my charting platform of choice. I've been using it for about 6 years now myself. I pay for the premium plan so that I get the 6 chart layout. It's a little bit overkill, but I love it. And now that I've gone up to the 6, I can't go back down to any lower. Otherwise, it just feels a bit restricting. So TradingView is really good. It's probably the top pick when it comes to the average trader across the world. It's very popular these days. There's the few pricing plans up here that just give a bit of a representation on what we're working with. These are business expenses, so this isn't something that is all just going to be free. Some of these tools are, some of these tools aren't, and it just needs to be looked at the cost of business when it comes to being a trader. So you'd be completely fine getting the $12.95 a month, and that would just give you the basic access to everything that you need, really. TradingView is really good. It's very easy to use. I love the color schemes. I love the building of the watch lists and everything that it can do. The indicators, the data feeds. I've never really had any crazy problems. Now, a bit of a trick is to purchase the annual subscription each time it hits Black Friday, because there's usually like a 70% off. So instead of paying $600 a year, you can pay like $200 a year when you go from Black Friday to Black Friday to Black Friday. So that's what I personally do myself. And then if it's not Black Friday, then you can pay monthly until it hits that Black Friday, and then start that annual subscription. So TradingView, very good, very easy to use. I'm sure I'll do a video on my TradingView setup at some point, but for now, TradingView is the topic of choice with the charting software. There's also some other ones like the built-in trading panel on MetaTrader and CTrader and things like that, but I've not used it too often, and I've always just come back to TradingView. It's just the gold standard, if you will. Now, moving on to the execution platforms, this is the MetaTrader 5, which is again my execution platform of choice when you're not executing directly on the broker. If there's some brokers that don't have their own application on the phone, or they don't have a desktop application or a web app that you can just execute straight off of. So a lot of the times you need to enter in the broker account details into an execution platform such as MetaTrader 5 in order to execute the positions. So it's kind of like the middleman between you and the broker if you can't just go straight to the broker yourself. So MetaTrader I've been using for multiple years now as well. These are really good for the FTMO accounts and the funded accounts. A lot of these are routed through MetaTrader 5. I personally trade with FXCM, and they have a mobile app, but from time to time I'll execute through MetaTrader just because I like it. I think it's quite clean. So they have the phone application, a web application, and the desktop and Mac. So free to download, chuck in the account details, and it all goes through there. Very important tool to have so that when you're trading different accounts, like I said, if they don't have an execution platform, this is the one that you should go with. Economic calendar. This is another very important piece to the puzzle when it comes to being an all-round trader. We need to know when the economic announcements are being released in the near future. The last thing you want to do is be sizing up a position going into some high-risk news and then being stopped out with maybe some slippage, and things just aren't looking too good because you didn't check the news announcement prior to entry, and now you don't know when you're executing relative to upcoming news releases. So Forex Factory, again, I've been using this for a good few years. They've also got a little crypto calendar down there, which is quite tidy as well. But Forex Factory, you can filter it by the different risk levels for each of the economic events. So like the low risk, medium risk, high risk. I have mine set to the orange and red one. It's the high risk and whatever the one below that is. Just again, so that at the start of a week, I can glance at the calendar, what's coming up throughout the day. Is there anything I need to be aware of? Like I said, you don't want to be executing positions straight into the high risk news announcements unknowingly, because that can just lead to trouble. It also gives you all of the little dates and figures on what all of the different bits of data releases mean and represent. Then you can go in, and it also gives you a bit of a description on what each of them actually refer to and what is going on. So that's a nice little tool that just gives you a pretty brief, basic but complete overview of all of the upcoming news releases that one should be made aware of. Moving on to the next one will be the position size calculator. I'm a huge fan of the position size calculators. Call me lazy. I know I can't do the calculations on the phone, but I like the tool. So there's actually two here that I'm going to be recommending as the picks. So number one is Stinu, which is a mobile application in the top right hand corner. I've been using this for a good few years. Just buy the annual plan for like 10 quid. It's nothing. And all you do is you enter in your account balance, the risk amount, and the stop size, and then it will go through and literally just in a table form on the right hand side give you the lot size or the contract size that you should be trading relative to how much you want to risk. We'll cover what the risk amount and what the risk factor is and how to calculate that in a future video. But for now, just knowing that there's a tool for that will do it all for you is very, very handy. The second alternative, which is completely free, is my FX book position size calculator. It's just a website online. Just type that in on Google. This one's free, but it's also subject to a lot of advertisements. So I tend to only use this in like emergency situations when I don't have a phone or a calculator present, but every now and then. So again, you just chuck in the currency pair, the currency, the base currency on the account size, risk ratio, so 1%, 2% of the account. Stop size, and then you press calculate, and it chucks out all of the different bits of information that you need in order to enter a position with the correct position size, so that you're not going in willy-nilly without knowing how much is actually on the line and to what extent. Now we're moving on to data collection, another huge fundamental aspect of this game, and it's like being a sales agent without recording your performance and the sales that you make. Like, how can you ever understand how you're operating and what your performance looks like as a trader or a salesman? So data collection is really important, and there's far too many people out there that don't actually record all of their data, which is quite frightening to see. There's no sustainability, longevity, or maturity for that matter in someone that's executing a market without actually taking note of what they're doing. So myself personally, I go backwards and forwards between a couple, which we're going to cover now. But for number one, Google Suite. This is Google Sheets. That is just basically the online version of Excel. When I refer to Google Sheets, I mean Excel as well. They're both one and the same, just by different companies. So this is a trade spreadsheet that I built myself, and I'll leave a template link in the description so that you can pull that one down for yourself. Might also make an accompanying video on how to set it up to modify it towards your own strategy. But you got a nice little dashboard view at the front, at the top, and then you've got all of the trade entries in a table format, which is very, very, in my opinion, very well laid out and very clean, very tidy. You just chuck the information in. There's no faff, and it's just all there and calculates itself relative to the information that you need. Now, moving on to the next one is again a Google Suite, but this is for my trade journal. So the trade spreadsheet was for the trade log, but this is for the trade journal, which is a document that I put together myself. I would like to get these printed and binded on a quarterly basis, and what it is just a document. It's got the table of contents, all the trades, and then for each page, it's got the trade with the trade breakdown, the afterthought, the screenshot, title, date, result, etc. And it's just a nice little way to keep all the information regarding your trading performance in one place. It's all very professionally laid out. You can also throw in your reviews there as well, just so that you can, at the end of the year, have this printed out, maybe 60 pages of all of the trades that you've taken in the whole year. And then you've now got a professional document that you can hand to an investor with all the stats outlined. This is what I am as a trader. Would you be interested in investing in me? So I like the tangibility and the physical nature of this. I don't want the results to just sit in a Google Drive on a spreadsheet. I like to print these out and have it physically on hand. So this is a great way to do that. Again, I'll leave a link in the description on where you can get your own one of these and start filling it out. Then moving on to the next, Notion. I've been using Notion for many years now myself, and my entire life is pretty much within Notion. So I do like Notion, big props to Notion. So it kind of just makes sense to also have my trade journal in there. I use the Notion trade journal, or the trade log, sorry, in the table format that you can see over the Google Sheets when I was using that in the past, but now we've gone back to Notion. So for now, we're using Notion for the trades alongside the trade journal that we print off on a quarterly basis. But Notion's good. Notion's free. I like that you can, basically build all the databases yourself and customize it to however you like it to be. It's very simple. This one, I literally just have a few of the bits of information that I need. And then you can also have a gallery view, which is really cool when you just want to go find a position or just look at the positions that you've taken. It's quite tidy. So big fan of Notion. Again, I'll leave a template in the or a link to the template in the description, so you can go download yourself for free and get cracking on putting all of your information and trading performance within. Now, last but not least, an honorable mention is the data collection part 4 for my FX book. So alongside the MyFX book position size calculator, MyFX book allows you to connect your brokerage accounts up into this system. And what it will do is it will just input all of the data, the raw data, into this system and present it to you with all the different statistics and graphs that you may ever need. It's very visually appealing. Everything is all documented very well on here, and it's also very tidy. If you want to just get some people to be following on with your trading, you can hook your brokerage account up to it, and they have this page that they can look at what you're doing in real time on the results. So it's also very good for like verification of your trading and whatnot. So that was the data collection. Now I'm going to be wrapping this one up. I think I've covered the primary aspects of a trading toolkit, if you will. So we covered the charting software, which is the data provider where you can actually analyze the charts, and that is TradingView. So TradingView, we like that. Then we got to go to we need somewhere to execute on. If we can't actually just execute on the broker, we need an execution platform such as MetaTrader 5 in order to place those orders against the data that we're looking at on TradingView. Economics calendars, because everyone needs to have a calendar of events upcoming so they know when the news announcements are being released in the upcoming future. The last thing you want to do is get caught off guard by any upcoming announcements, especially going into a position into high risk news. Not good, and I speak from experience. Forex Factory is the one of choice here. Free, very easy to use. Next is the position size calculators. You need to know how much you're actually risking and what the financial downside is of a position, but you also need to know how to calculate that relative to the position size you're going to execute with. So for that one, it is Stinu or MyFX book. I personally lean towards Stinu, but MyFX book does the same thing. It's completely fine. And that's how you calculate your position sizes for each of the positions. And then data collection and journaling, we have Notion or Google Suite. So there's a whole host of different online trading journals out there. I've used Trading Vault for quite some time. I like that one online. And you've also got things like Edgewonk, and I'm sure there's plenty more, but I just don't remember off the top of my head. But I like to have things that are built by me and also owned by me. It's my spreadsheet. It's my data. So I like to have it in a bit more of an own, like a contained way that I can control. So Notion's very good for that, as well as the Google Suite, which is using Google Sheets and Google Docs, or alternatively just a Word document, and Excel do the exact same thing as the Google Suite. So that is the wrap up of the day 2. And next video next day. So tomorrow we'll be going to be talking about the key trading terminologies that one needs to understand and know in order to not be thrown off by all the different terms that they get thrown around in this industry. I myself, in my early days, I was a little bit overwhelmed with all of the terminology, and it took me a while to go put together and piece together what it all meant. But once you start to understand a lot and you hear it so frequently and start to speak it so frequently, it just becomes second nature. So that'll be a nice introductory episode to the key trading terminologies. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next day.